Hello and welcome back to the Senior Detectives, myself, the Blobber, and Miss Morrigan Nightshade.
Hello, hello.
Playing the next in our Sherlock Holmes adventures, well, the current in our Sherlock Holmes adventures, Sherlock Holmes The Awakened Remastered. We're up to Chapter 3, we've just gone to America on a glorious paddle
Find out
ship.
all about things.
Okay. We will quickly test that
What
it
do you
lets
make
us
of this?
save.
What do you
Oh
make
god,
of this?
no, my controller. No, undo.
What do you
undo.
make of this? What do you make of this?
It'll get over it in a couple of seconds. There we go. First, let's check that it will let us save, because that's been a critical error before. Okay, it does, so we're good. Yeah, there were some murders happening, and they have something to do with summoning a big evil Cthulhu thing, and then we went to Switzerland, and there was an insane asylum where they were training people to chant the summon Cthulhu ritual whilst having their brains lobotomized in a way that would make them not resist and do it mindlessly, and now we're chasing into America because I'm not quite clear on that.
It was because most of the communication came from America.
Okay. Oh, like the orders to do the... Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of things pointing towards it in our clues.
Whew. So do we talk to them again, or are we going to start exploring? Let's... Well, actually, first, because I love paddle steamers, I want to go back and see if we can look at the paddle steamer. Oh. Although it doesn't actually look like... Okay, but it's not moving, so that's okay.
Yeah, you can go. You can go on top of that paddle steamer, probably. Not that one, but the other one.
She's very pale.
Good morning, dear. Come to relax?
No thank you, madam.
Louisiana nymph. Oh, wow. Oh, is that it? No. I want to know if the door is... No, the door is not interactable.
Was the stuff on the bench, was that just cushions or was it something else? It looks slightly differently textured.
On the bench... Ah, yes, there's a cushion and there's a... something overlapping that, but I can't quite tell. But to solve this, we of course have, what was it? This.
Looks like just a cushion.
No, it doesn't look like it's interactable. We have GoldenEye mode. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, it's much faster to navigate around this way. Except that we can't see how this would have power getting to it. Which is sad, but oh well. What about the other side? No, he's
Also, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, don't crit.
Yeah, see you don't crit. He's partied a bit much, this guy. Yeah, neither side.
Too much.
Neither side has like a chain drive or similar for transmitting power to the paddle wheel, sadly. Big gears, some way of getting power to it. This one works by magic. Are we just allowed in? No, maybe later. Unless we
When
also...
we know we have to get in there.
Oh god, not like the warehouse.
I have no reason to go there.
Okay, so this is the one we came off of.
I have no reason to go there.
Yes, don't try and jump into the lake. Well, the bayou. Is this something that we can go in? No.
If you look at our map, like what are our points on the map?
So far, the ship and where we, like, got off of the pier. So I think
Okay.
we might have to talk to and find more places yet.
Mm-hmm.
Can I not talk to you? No. Really? I would have thought this place... I mean, it's got a sign.
Maybe for later.
Sheriff. Wanted. 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 Wanted and wanted. Although that one kind of looks like a ninja. Anyway. An incredible lack of things to interact with, unless we go...
Mm-hmm.
Past there? No. Well, maybe we've just come the wrong way. Maybe we were supposed to go...
Maybe.
the other way.
What was our last dialogue with Watson? Because I think we had the dialogue before we quit last time.
Yes, we did. I took care of... to leave nothing of value on board. We have everything. We're here in the new world. Ready to welcome us with open arms. Think of the challenges that lie ahead. We have few clues and time is not our ally. We should go to the bank. Acquire some local currency with our bills of exchange.
Okay, so we're heading to the bank.
Oh? Not that this looks like a bank, to be clear.
The American bank has really come a long way.
And yet, we are allowed in here. Ooh.
It would be better to turn back.
I'm justifying our invisible wall.
Mm-hmm.
Key de Cajuns. Doggo! You don't look unfriendly. Yeah, that doesn't match how you're animated, friend. I'm sorry. I still want to pat you. But first, let's see if we can talk to you. No, we cannot. Did I miss a door?
I doubt we're gonna get much done before we go to the bank. It's been very linear so far.
Yeah, but it's nice to know what the spaces are.
That's true.
And I don't know which way the bank is anyway, so...
The bank was right outside. You looked up at the sign and then you walked the other way.
Oh, I did? I didn't notice the sign, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm not allowed
That's
under...
fine.
I'm not allowed under this giant cube of cotton.
It's a danger. It's a hazard. You're not wearing a helmet.
Aren't we? Yeah, we've got our standard Sherlock Holmes hat on.
Yeah, but that's not a good
It's not,
hard
it's not,
hat.
it's
if
not
you
a good
get
enough hard hat. We go
No, no,
here.
no.
No. Nice reflections, though. Good lord, they're letting me go deeper and deeper.
We'll never see the bank.
You'll never get to see the bank, yeah.
You'll get lost in the warehouses.
All these people that we can't talk to or interact with. But
Well, at least now we know where the saloon is.
maybe? Has it been added to our... Yes! We can fast travel here in the future.
I like the fact that on the map they translated it with the word pub.
Instead of
We
saloon.
don't use
Yeah.
saloon on the map. Sherlock calls it a pub.
No, it really looks like there's another doggo. Are you going to be happy doggos or angry doggos?
It's better to stay clear of these hounds.
And that feels like maybe there's a puzzle there later.
Mm-hmm.
But no. Okay. So, having come all this way, we will fast travel back. And you were saying that I missed a bank sign. Ah!
Yes, on the left side.
Here.
One more step, and your brains will be about as useful as gator bait.
The continent welcomes us with such hospitality, doesn't it?
Beg pardon, my good man. Is the bank closed for some time?
As long as it takes Mr. Blackman to come back from Baton Rouge with more dollars.
You were robbed.
Not hardly. We had a jewel sale.
When might one expect Mr. Blackman to return?
He likely could come back most any day, but he'll be gone 3 days at the least.
Is there anyone else who could shed some light on this transaction? You see, we have come from Europe and are interested in a particular set of precious stones. It may well prove to be this same set your bank sold recently.
I ain't talking, and I don't know nothing about it anyhow.
Hmm. You don't know. The middle one is new, I think. I don't recognize the others.
It would be better to turn back.
Not allowed.
Not allowed in Japantown. Or the Quarter... Yes, Japantown, the Quarter Française.
Mm-hmm.
What is more French than Japanese?
French, the French language had really changed since last time I saw it.
Maybe the hotel? No. Well, I don't know what to do then, because Mr. Bankman didn't give us a next to
If we
do.
talk to Watson again, does he say anything or just what to do?
I might need to be in...
What do you make of this, Holmes?
Yeah, no. Maybe there was something I missed if we look at this in the other view mode.
Or by the bank.
No, not that I can tell. You can try talking to him again.
I told you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
Okay. Well. Do I get to go re-exploring this? Do we go
Let's
try
see.
the other
What's
things
in our
over here?
inventory?
We have
What do we have to work with?
a broken statue, money, bills of exchange, a box of matches, and a kniff.
Do you think he will talk to us if we bribe him?
Rub money on man?
Yes.
Now, what was it? It was like right-click? No, it was... How did I've forgotten the controlling. Because it shows it in the top right-hand corner when you've, like, got it equipped. Yeah, it did it with that. It won't let me. No, there we go. Okay, can I use money on you, friend?
There is one feller.
Yes!
Goes by the name of Champagne. He's Cajun. He knows everything that
Just gotta
goes on
bribe the
around these
Americans.
parts. You can most likely find him near a pile of planks at the end of the pier.
Everything has its price in America, isn't that what they say?
You're doing a very good Watson. But there isn't anyone on the... Oh, and there's people up there as well. But there wasn't anyone at the end of the pier. Maybe they mean the end of this pier? Like the end of this way? Because otherwise I would have thought they mean the end of this.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name? Champagne.
He said it was Cajun, but
Pile
Champagne.
of planks. Well, we'll keep our eye out for a pile of planks as we... Yeah. Dog doesn't like us, we know. Can I get up here?
I mean, didn't the sign here say Cajun at least? So must be this way.
Wasn't I allowed to not go this
I
way?
have no reason to go there.
Yes. Go
The
that
dog
way
is not
before?
happy with you.
But that's just because I, like, entered his little zone of control. If you get too close to Doggo, he gets angry. Is it you? You? You. That was the other door. Lafayette Incorporated. Can we get inside one of these doors that I didn't check?
So many doors. So little time.
No, only this one. Boom, 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 boom. Like I want some peaceful river fishing music. Maybe now that we have done the dialogue with the guard here, this will be open? Nah, yeah,
yeah, maybe.
There's a guy here now. Bark, bark, bark.
With open arms, Watson?
Napoleon, Lafayette. Don't mind the dogs, they just don't take to the smell of gentle folks, especially foreign ones. So what can old Champagne do for you? How's about some planks for your boat, or maybe a ride in Gator's Bath?
Some other time, perhaps. People say that you know everything that occurs in this area.
Maybe so. Don't care much what them people say. What you want to know?
We are particularly interested in a recent transaction in precious stones. No doubt you are familiar with these events.
For sure that's true. Now that you say it, I reckon I heard of some swap for jewels. I would help you out, but my poor brain's like the train with no coal. What you want me to do? Now, there's a bottle of some champagne or this and that. Old Champagne'll have a thing or two to say to you.
Okay. Get champagne.
Mm-hmm.
So, the saloon?
I would assume so. Either that or the fancy, like,
The bordello boat.
yes.
It doesn't look like it's here.
Fast travel?
To the bordello boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I was just trying the pub first, because this is the...
Yeah, I just figured that this place isn't a fancy enough establishment to sell the champagne.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
No. Not unless we pick up... Maybe we need to use money on her like we did...
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Maybe?
Nope.
Okay.
The bordello won't accept money. What is the world coming to? Well, it's not like we've found a general store or something.
Well, it must be the saloon then. Like, those are the two only places that could possibly have it. Should we search in third person on the saloon? Just in case?
Yeah, we can do that. So, pub. It's kind of weird. Which direction is the saloon? You'd think that the sign would only be one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd think it would be this.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were saying use the other view mode, so... How do I do that? Maybe I'm in a place where I'm not allowed to do that. Step away a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Scrub-a-dub-a-dub.
Not as far as I can tell. Wait, there's footstep.
We do like our footsteps.
Yeah, it doesn't want to change the view to down there.
Strange. Very strange.
I would have thought it would be talk to you and... or go inside.
Yeah. But that doesn't even seem to be a proper door.
Maybe we haven't found the entrance? Is there a...
Okay, but if it's not available at either of those two locations, is there a possibility that we needed to do something else with him? Did we try to offer him just money instead of champagne?
Okay. Can do. Money can be transferred for champagne, Mr. Man.
Speaking of that, it come to me true. Was a week ago, maybe two. A butler working for a rich man made himself a jewel trade to Honor and Co. Looks like business to be done fast and with a quiet way. By my foot, the truth is here now.
The name of the employer of this silent partner?
He go by the name Honest. He from far up the bayou to the east. He got some crazy notions, Atten. They must be all like that where he come from.
No doubt. One other matter. During the last few days, have you noticed any strange ship movements, especially regarding those taking leave of port late at night?
You did right by old Champagne, so I tell you true. 5 days ago, a ship, she weigh anchor in the middle of the night. She took sail right after a mess of folks brought a lot of boats to meet her and charged on board. These all came from the swamps. Could be toting contraband. Anyway, left for the old world for sure. Old Champagne keeps to his own self. No reason to know nothing more. And advice to you, stay clear. Those that sticks their nose where it don't belong end up feeding the gators round these parts.
We shall consider ourselves duly warned. Good day.
And if you wants to go for a ride in the bayou or something else, old Champagne treats you right. I take dollars, bottles, you know what, right?
Okay, so just the money is the correct solution to everything here.
It is the Americas.
Now, what did he actually tell us? There were people on a boat that attacked another boat at night when they were possibly loading contraband.
Mm-hmm.
So, go back to the boaty bit?
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Anson.
Can you
What
talk
can
to
we
the
do,
guy with the
Holmes?
saloon now? Just want to
Let's
see
go,
if that's
Watson,
kind
to the
of...
port.
Oh, no, there's open something else.
Watson agrees with him. Well,
Holmes, our bag! Thief! Stop! Thief!
quickly. Open. Come on.
Run!
He conveniently waits for us, but then there's a tractor in our way. Now we go through here. How do we get around? These haven't had doors.
Sherlock Holmes, foiled by doors.
We
Did
are.
you need to push the thing?
No, we close the door and walk around.
Stop!
You know what? This feels like it might... Oh, I'm not allowed to save. Am I now allowed to walk under... I am allowed to walk under this now.
There he is.
Hello? You wanna... let me open the...
Don't lose our bag.
Am I meant to hop on this? Maybe I'm not meant to be in this view mode? Come on. Okay.
Well, he is kind of waiting for us.
We Indiana Jones across.
Hey.
Let me open the door. Where did he go though? Because last we saw
Did you lose them?
he was behind where the door was. Probably down to the ne'er-do-well corner, if I had to guess.
The ne'er-do-well corner.
And yet, no. So, as much as this is trying to make it like a great chase scene, it's not succeeding well, is it? It comes across more slapstick than serious.
I have no reason to go there.
Maybe now we're allowed in the Japan zone. Ooh.
Oh, this is just back.
No, it's not, because we were never allowed in there.
Oh, yeah, but lag.
Okay, where now?
I saw that when you were looking at the
He's there.
door back to the Cajun district. Oh, you seem to have gotten yourself a bit stuck. Oh, no, you managed.
It feels like I'm meant to... Yup. Physics puzzle.
Yeah, the music does not make it seem like it's of great importance.
Okay. So you want us to get up there? Well, there are some stairs. We can just follow you. I'm not allowed to climb? No, I am. I just have to look at the right place.
There you go.
Am I meant to go in there? Or downstairs? Ah.
Stop!
It's been like 5 minutes of Benny Hill.
But the thing is, I imagine Watson behind us really like struggling and falling flat. Because Sherlock is supposed to be the more physically capable. Well, you better not lose him now. We didn't get to save, so you would have to do all of this over again.
I don't know. Can I hand grab and monkey bars across? It looks like I could monkey bars across, or maybe zip line? What could I use to zip line? I don't think I could broken statue. Ah, the other side of the bag.
Ah, true. Watson is just casually following along.
I'm sorry?
No, Solar,
No, I mean,
Am
why
I-
aren't I allowed to
Oh,
proceed into this room? Because there's a
Ah.
ladder? Yes, there's a ladder. It's meant to be obvious that I was meant to go up. No, maybe... just destroy the workers' machinery.
That's fine. They didn't need it.
You don't want to, like, yell thief and...
Stop right there, you two. Not a move.
But the thief, he is going to...
Thief? What thief? All I see are two foreigners tearing up my wharf, making a lot of noise. I expect you have some sort of papers proving who you are and what business you have in my parish. I assume you have proof you're here legally.
What? Of course we have papers in our bag. But that villain, he... Well, upon my word, you allowed him to make off with our bag.
What are you insinuating, sir? Are you trying to offend me?
Gentlemen, look here. Calm down, Watson.
But can't you see that...
Watson? So you are Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Please, spare us the pretense. You know very well who we are.
And a clever fella in the bargain. Listen to me and listen up good, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. You will leave tomorrow morning for Europe on the same ship that brought you here. No need to offload your bags. Just turn around and get back on board. Nothing good will come your way if you ignore my advice. Oh, and one more thing. Without proper papers, you're nothing more than outlaws here in New Orleans. And outlaws end up as gator bait in my parish.
With open arms, was it, Watson?
Holmes, enough.
It seems they were warned of our arrival and waiting for us. Let's find the wealthy side of the
Thanks for
city and the
clarifying,
house of
Jim,
this
that was a
Arneson.
nasty
Come,
laugh.
Watson, time is not our friend.
It was
Watson,
particularly
let's pay
evil,
a visit
yeah.
to this Arneson.
Yeah, but it wasn't evil, it was nasty.
Okay, so... the authorities are on the side of the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let us find the wealthy side of the city and the house of this Arnston. Ah. Ah, does that mean that we can go there this way now? To the Quarter Française, which is then something new something. Yes. No, it's just exits to the map. Okay, fine. She has a limp.
Ah, Watson, it seems we have arrived at the place. Look there, on the iron door.
Looks like no one is here, Holmes.
It's a pity, Watson. This is our only lead.
Yeah, she definitely.
Good morning,
Clearly we
miss. Please
follow
don't be
her.
alarmed. We won't harm you, my
We
dear.
don't go to
What is your
We don't
name?
even have to follow her.
Eula,
Not another
sir.
chase.
Lovely. When we arrived here, you were looking through this gate. This is the residence of Mr. Arneson, isn't it? Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he is at home?
Don't rightly know, sir.
Watson,
Come now, don't distress yourself like this. Why all these tears?
Because of my little brother, Davy. He serves with Mr. Arneson, and been more than 5 days since I heard from him.
perhaps he went on a trip with Mr. Arneson.
No, sir. Tain't likely. I serves at the Gallagher's just the other side of the road. If they had left, I would have seen them. Something bad has happened. I can feel it.
But if you were so near, surely your brother would have cried out for help if there had been any real danger.
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's right smart in some ways. But Davy can't talk. Not a word. Besides, most evenings, we visits and sees each other across the stable door. It been more than 5 days since he been there. Oh, sir. I be mighty scared. Something has happened to him. I just knows it.
Miss, take us to this stable. Watson, I think this place is indeed isolated, and therefore quite vulnerable.
There it be. I gonna go wait on the road. That way, if my mistress calls for me, I can hear.
It is hardly secure, Watson. Regard the lock. It has a primitive wooden latch, which is also quite flimsy.
Eh?
Well,
Closed, tight.
here's the solution. We don't have money anymore.
I
Is the
won't do that.
solution. Smack it with the heavy
We-
statue. Is it use the
We
knife?
don't have our trusty spoon.
Bravo, Holmes!
Oh no.
Holmes, this horse is dying of thirst. Poor animal.
He has had
Well,
no
the horse
water for
doesn't
these
look
past
good.
5 days, Watson.
Unbearable.
Bucket. Come on, that's a bucket. No. No, and there's none outside.
I hope this gate is not locked, because it appears quite formidable. Open!
It's Alibaba's cave?
Hmm.
But I want to fix the horse.
Observe, Watson, these beautiful, well-tended flowers.
Sherlock don't
Someone
have time
must
for
care
horse,
for them.
apparently.
Closed, tight.
That is a solid door knocker.
They definitely made some design
Closed,
choices
tight.
when making this house.
Am I to use knife?
Closed, tight.
We looking for a flower pot or similar for a key to be hidden in?
Look, Holmes, a raccoon. Come here, you little rascal.
They won't allow us too close, Watson, though the little imps are rather inquisitive by nature.
What a wretched smell, Holmes.
Blood.
Quite wretched, Watson. It is the foul stench
I'm
of
trying
death.
to be diplomatic about it, Salar.
I'm surprised we aren't, like, measuring the blood things.
Ah, it's a ham. What a delectable
If
aroma.
it was the previous
If only
game,
I
we
were
definitely
hungry.
would be.
I mean, they started with that in Chapter 1.
Watson, hold the basin. I think you know what to do
I'm
with it.
sorry, but if that ham has been out there for 5 days, it's no longer a delectable aroma.
Okay. Can I fill it with water and take it to the horse? I mean, there's a sink.
But we already know that sinks don't have water in this game.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Maybe we need it elsewhere in the house.
There was no sign of anywhere we could get water outside, was there?
Not that I remember. But the doors close really quickly. Okay.
What a horror!
Oh, this is gonna be her brother.
What a horror!
Yeah, I agree that it's a horror, but I need to make sure that nothing else is.
What a horror!
Okay. Watson, stop that. Because nothing seems... Especially that, which feels like it should be pick-upable, but...
Let's see, what else?
No treasure chest opening. So many things here feel like they should be interactable.
Maybe we have to solve
Trigger
the
a
thing with the
flag,
vessel first. So if we save the horse, maybe everything else unlocks.
Ooh, this could be water.
Perfect.
We go fix the horsey now. The horse will give us the key to the house.
Reveal all of its secrets.
Come on, put your head up again.
Easy now, fellow. Drink up.
We got a hammer. That's about as good as a key to the house, right?
What could this be doing here?
Hello, boy. Oh wow, and they even have the ribs. Okay. So what would a hammer let us do? Well, this was locked tight before. But no. We don't hammer our way in. Do we talk to...
Could we just have a look around the outside with third-person view to make sure we're not missing any pickups?
We could. It's a very big space. Although it doesn't look like we can actually go into the gardeny bits. Makes it a bit smaller.
Like those bloody footprints. We're not slightly concerned about those.
No.
I guess Holmes would be, but Watson ain't.
Yeah, it might be a case of I'm just meant to go back to Sherlock. Yes, I fixed the horse. Here, have this hammer.
Here you are, Watson.
And now as us, we can go see the murder scene?
Watson, what do you make of this?
What a horrific sight. It has lain here for at least a week.
On the contrary, Watson, once again you see, but fail to observe. The warmth of the local climate and the exceptional humidity undoubtedly sped up the rate of decomposition. Based upon my calculations, the body has been here for 5 days.
He's not used to non-European cold. Non-cold.
Also, we know that he couldn't have been there for
Blood.
a week because the brother
Lady
was
said
seen live.
Yeah, 5
Blood.
days.
Blood! Blood!
So that's just Watson being real much of a Watson.
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars.
No, that seems like about it.
I cannot budge the handle. They must have lodged something behind it to hold fast the door. Shh, Watson, listen. Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
No, use hammer on door.
Whoever you are, open up.
This is useless,
No,
Holmes.
okay.
Watson, your sensibility...
Now that we have the hammer... No, now that we're Sherlock, but we still don't like any of these items. Well, we like the clothes.
These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man.
But that is all.
Closed, tight.
Wait, that's where we came in? Really?
Will
Ah,
Sherlock look at
there.
the bloody footprints?
Outside. I was going to finish doing the upstairs.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Arnson, it was a rare pleasure to encounter your extraordinary altruistic attitude towards your employee, young Davy. We would have made the effort, few would have made the effort to discover the truth of his affliction, and most would have discharged the boy from their services without hesitation. It's fortunate that Dr. Gallagher, who has expertise in these matters, is also your neighbour. Without his intervention, it's doubtful he would have been introduced. We would have been introduced, and then you would have had the answers about this young man that you have been seeking. First, I will tell you that Davy's problems are psychological rather than physical. As you've already noticed, he hears and understands perfectly well. A medical examination has revealed that his vocal organs are unimpaired. The final diagnosis is that a psychological trauma or mental blockage is what prevents him from speaking. As for your anecdote concerning the coins and discovery of the incredible talent that this young man seems to have for figures, it reminds me of a similar child prodigy case. I've requested their files from my colleagues and hope to learn more. All I can say is that your employee has a phenomenal memory for figures and that an adapted teaching program could enable him to exploit his talent further and benefit his community. Best regards, Dr. L. Lakoftka. Carolina folk plays. But alas, we aren't interested.
No.
We are only interested in the fantastic hunt tales by Denials.
Obviously.
The African Swallow. There have been rumours of mysterious disappearances of mutilated bodies and a fearsome beast of the swamp, which continues to haunt the poorer quarters and dockyards of the city. Our story begins 15 years ago when a noted citizen of New Orleans contacted a world-renowned hunter known as Ward. This gentleman, who wishes to remain anonymous, retained Ward to track and kill a beast that was terrorizing his workers. The freedmen worked in his fishery and lived in infamous wood shacks built along the outer banks of the swamp. Over the last year or more, there were mounting numbers of unexplained disappearances and deaths, which happened with an alarming regularity, particularly at high tide. His men reported finding the mutilated and half-eaten bodies of men floating out from the swamp. Even more alarming, young women had also been mysteriously disappearing. At first, he appealed to the local authorities but was met with indifference. They blamed the incidents on his own hired men who lived beside the swamp. The constabularies reasoned that these people, originating in Africa, reasoned that these people originated in Africa. There were sacrificial rites involving where sacrificial rites involving young virgins were common. As for the fate of the men found dead, they argued this was most certainly the work of the alligators that filled the swamps. Our good citizen thought this rather unlikely, as the area was teeming with game. He knew from personal experience alligators rarely attack humans when fish and natural food are plentifully available. He rejected the notion of sacrificial rites. Had that been the case, his men would not have asked for his help, and could have handled the matter themselves. Ward was told the workers usually disappeared while dredging for crayfish. As far as was known, 12 girls disappeared recently, and no less than 7 young workermen had been found dead. The workers refused to enter the swamp, even to withdraw their gear. Adding to the tension were rumours of a grotesque and scaly silhouette seen by a fisherman in the distant fog. Ward was offered a large sum to hunt down the presumed beast and return with it to the man's hired workers, so that they could return to fishing for crayfish and forget about their complaints. Ward accepted the commission, cleaned his weapon, and hired a local guide who knew the swamp. They left on a boat that very day. For the next 2 weeks, they searched the swamp, leaving early in the morning, coming back only late at night. One evening, Ward came back, anxious and excited. He said they had discovered a trail deep in the swamp. He and his guide heard something that initially sounded like singing. Maybe write down the name Ward? Especially?
Ward, yeah.
Because it feels like it might be one of the word answers.
Could very well be.
He promised to go there first thing in the morning and return with his head. With its head. They left at dawn, and later, gunshots were heard from the depths of the swamp. The evening came and went. There was no sign of Ward or his guide, nor were they seen for the next day and into the next weeks. However, the strange disappearances and deaths ended. People speculated that Ward, his guide, and the beast had killed each other in a ferocious battle. But then, some months later, an extraordinary thing occurred. A fisherman discovered what appeared to be a white man caught in quicksand. The man, upon discovery, shouted with panic and attempted to escape. The fisherman was forced to stun him with an oar in order to bring him in. The man had moss, seaweed, and muck, all teeming with vermin, covering his gaunt frame. His features were buried under a thick beard and a wild tangle of hair. Despite his appearances, which many barely considered human, had people exclaim they recognized Ward's eagle eyes. He was also naked, his teeth strangely sharpened and his eyes feverish and barely able to focus. Worst of all were the terrible, strange scars that covered his body. The symmetry resembled the work of some deranged artist or madman. Though many thought the opposite, the authorities decided he had inflicted the marks upon himself and locked him in a cell, saying he must surely be insane. After doctors examined him, he was officially judged to be mad and sent to the mental hospital in Baton Rouge. There, he remained locked up until the end of his short life. He spent the last few months of his life eating only raw fish and screaming to all that could hear they had saved him. He cried out that he was one with them, and he spoke to him in a dream, and his awakening was soon to come. Another historical tale, even more disturbing, comes to us from the British moors, where a white rabbit... But there is no more. That is the end.
This book has been read often. Tales of Fantastic Hunts by D. Niles. This metal tube is approximately 40 centimeters in length and 18 in diameter. It bears a small tag which reads, "This one without defect. My sincere apologies, E. Otis."
What the devil are you doing, Holmes?
I don't know why you're grumpy. The Player's Corner. In order to wind up this unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to those of the clock, according to the same logic. 2 digits are already marked to help you figure out what method to use. Good luck. Solutions on the last page. We can't turn that page, annoyingly.
Don't get to just see the solution.
Hmm. I'm not immediately seeing the pattern.
A newspaper from 5 days ago. Someone has torn the last page. Well, it seems Arnson tried his hand at a small riddle in this newspaper. How strange. He does not seem the type to take interest in mathematical conundrums.
Is that it? Am I allowed out?
Closed. Tight.
Well, unless I missed something. Ah!
This should prove useful.
A lemon? We're just carrying around a whole tree.
Yes.
Closed. Tight.
Why the hell would a lemon tree be helpful?
Don't know.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
I just thought maybe there was like a clock that would match the clock that we have on the puzzle, and then we'd have to work out how to adjust the clock, and then adjusting the clock would somehow make the person inside that other room happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we just walk all the way back outside and talk to the lady now.
Or maybe we just need to grab more things. Like, we don't know why we've had lemon. Do we need to pick other things? Are there other things in the garden that we just need to pick up?
Well, you did want the,
He did comment on the flowers.
Not as far as I'm seeing. Maybe we care about those, footprints, though, like you said.
Another footstep. The hunt is on, Watson.
Am I meant to measuring tape it?
Another footstep. The hunt is on, Watson. Some footsteps or marks. Not clear enough. Blood. However, given the small amount, the wound should be superficial. Wait, this is interesting. There is a trace of mud here. Some footsteps or marks.
There's something else I've missed?
Trace of mud.
Some footsteps or marks.
No, I don't think so. If we leave, is it no longer... Yeah, it's no longer interactable, which suggests we're done with it.
Okay, so, yeah, then we've seen everything.
Do we just chase the traces of blood? Yes.
Footsteps. Let's see. Watson, regard the traces in the soil. A body was dragged here recently. Undoubtedly, it was a man of great size. More traces of mud. A person wearing shoes thick with fresh mud entered the garden by this gate. They entered the house and then returned, dragging a body back along the way. This erased some signs of their former movements, but not entirely. Fortunately, I have a particular talent for tracing footsteps. A neglected art indeed.
Morning, Worm. G'day, g'day.
Morning, Brum.
We just meant to go through here now?
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
We are defeated
What
by
do you
bugs?
make of this, Holmes?
Bugs are powerful.
Does the lemon tree defeat the bugs?
Ah, Holmes!
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
Maybe now that we know someone was murdered, we can talk to the person... Oh god. We almost got stuck on Watson.
Before we get devoured by mosquitoes, though, should we save?
Yes, we should. Very good suggestion. It's been an hour. Saving seems very reasonable.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door, for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated.
That hasn't
We
made
shall
them
come
happier.
back later.
I think... I still want to go try talking to the First Lady.
Okay.
Now that the footsteps are exhausted. Hello, Mr. Horsey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No. Unless we're meant to present her with... metal tube.
Yes, sir.
Why?
I don't know. Because we have it. Do we use metal tube on water? No, water isn't isn't interactable anymore. So we are finished with water.
Could we go back to third person because we never finished the garden? Unless you have other ideas, of course.
No, I don't. Please? Thank you.
Okay, let's see.
Oh.
Ah, we can pick things.
This should prove useful.
Lilies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
This should prove useful.
And a metal rod.
Okay, I did not see the metal rod. I just saw leaves. Okay, so we're picking lilies. Any other flowers
This should
that we
prove
need to
useful.
pick?
The pink ones. Bluebell,
Uh-huh.
which is a weird name for something that is pink.
A bit, yes.
The orange ones.
This should prove useful.
We're going to do some flower arranging. This is our vase, and we're going to do some flower arranging with all the different... Peruvian lily.
Uh-huh. See, my first initial thing was that maybe we needed to use plants to make some sort of mosquito repellent, but by all means, we can take a course in flower arranging. What do we need a metal pipe for, though?
Making a cannon.
A flower cannon? Well, that's the loop, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god, we are doing flower arranging. Why?
I don't know. To present to the woman when we apologize for her brother's death? I don't know.
Maybe the person inside the house wants a bouquet.
Hmm.
The other thing that made sense to me was stealing the ham to try and tempt the,
It's a ham. What a delectable aroma. If only I were hungry.
the raccoon.
Can you look at the things on the floor? I thought it looked like footsteps on the floor.
No, there's blood.
Okay.
In a broken bowl.
Hmm. Okay, how about these
This blood
footsteps
on the
by the
ground
stairs?
came from a deep wound.
These ones we like.
Maybe now that
This blood on the ground came from a
now
deep
that we've
wound.
seen that, we can say I have a doctor that's here to help you.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility
Okay.
is appreciated. We shall come back later.
My thought was
What
now that we
about
know
just-
that they're gravely injured, we could say, we have a doctor, open your doors!
Mm-hmm. But yeah, these things. By the stairs, the steps.
Yeah, what of them?
Can we look at them?
You think there's a hidden button?
The footsteps. The footsteps.
Oh. Yes. And yet, to what end?
Hmm. They're here. So clearly we're seeing something, but
Well, I think I've just spam clicked the whole space.
What's this? Someone placed their hand near this footstep. Judging by the size of the
this
fingers, it
thing.
seems to be a youth. Why would they lean down here? Of course, to pick something up. What's this? Someone placed their hand near this
Okay.
footstep. Judging by the size of the fingers,
pick
it's...
something up.
Now, if we leave, is it still interactable?
Pick something up.
Also, no. Nope.
These footsteps indicate a person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set suggests they made their way with great stealth. These footsteps indicate a
Okay.
person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set
And where did they
suggests
go?
they made their way with great stealth.
I can't even tell which way they're necessary. Oh, they are facing this way. Through the window? I mean, presumably it's the person hiding in here.
This
but
blood on the ground came from a deep wound.
I wasn't looking at the. I was looking at the door.
Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is
Where is
appreciated.
Watson?
We shall come back later.
Could they be going into the tiny, like the servants' room? Bedroom?
I mean, there are some footsteps here. Oh, God.
Let's examine the hands. They are calloused, with traces of dirt under the nails. This would be the gardener, no doubt.
I mean, that one looks odd.
Let's examine the hands.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I was supposed to get? That they're a gardener?
So then
Yes.
it's not the woman's brother.
Yes, that is what I was meant to get.
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond
No,
of cigars.
that's just like the blood by the door. You can click it any number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh?
Blood!
Hmm.
Blood!
Okay, that's something.
Blood!
Can we move it?
No.
Hmm.
Ah.
The person was struck with a sharp object as they entered. You can see the trail of blood that continues past the staircase.
Staircase?
The body was dragged from behind this door.
Holmes! Here!
Look at enough footprints until Watson finds a wall safe.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Very interesting.
Oh my god.
So you're gonna try to brute force this one, right?
There are just a couple too many options.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
Holy moly.
I think we're actually gonna have to find out these numbers.
What would be extra rude is if on top of this, even if you did brute force it, it was one of those puzzles where you have to know the answer to be allowed to win. And yet you say that, but we're not allowed to leave.
We're allowed to
This
leave.
isn't right. Perhaps if I begin...
Surely.
No? Oh no, we are allowed
Okay,
to
so
leave.
if we're not
No,
allowed,
we are
to,
allowed
leave...
to leave.
Oh, okay.
We just don't leave via... We don't leave via two-dimensional edge of area, edge of zone things. We leave by little button.
Okay. So... The documents that we found in this house so far, has any of them contained numbers?
Only the clock thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is 12 numbers. And there were 12 entries for the wall safe.
Mm-hmm.
4x3.
And it's if you could go back and look at it again. So 10 is 4, 7 is 2, 9 is 3.
Do you think everything else is 0?
3 is also 2. How can both 3 and 7 be 2?
Because this is just like the wall safe numbers in order. Maybe everything else is 0. So 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 3, 4, 0, 0. Can you print screen that for...
Give me about a second. Yeah.
And welcome, Cal. So it's 2, 3, 1. 2.
Very interesting.
3. 1. Is that right by my guess?
2, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
And those are the correct numbers of gaps?
Oh no, wait. It depends. Are you starting with 12 or are you starting with 1?
I started with 1. You reckon start with 12, so move everything left
No,
one?
but if you started with 12, you're off by some numbers.
We're off by moving everything
Because
to the right.
3 is 9 and 4 is 10, and then it would be 2 zeros.
We're thinking about this in a very different way.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oops. That. So starting from 12, gap, gap, gap 2, gap, gap, gap 2, gap, gap 3, 4.
Starting from 12, gap, gap, gap 2, gap, gap, gap 2, gap 3, 4, gap.
Oh, okay, I'm off by 1.
This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
That's what I meant. If you start by 1, you were off with gaps the other
but
way.
This was, yeah. So if I put these back 1 more.
Because starting from 1, it would be gap, gap, 2, gap, 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 2, gap, 3, 4, gap, gap.
This isn't right.
Nah.
Perhaps if I begin
Okay,
again.
those are the only things that seem super sensible for me.
Let's see.
The other thing might be it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, rather than...
According to the same logic.
Rather than...
According to the same logic, so we have to find out the rest of the numbers.
Yeah, I didn't see any logic to what the thing was, though.
So it's not correlation because there's two that have the similar one.
Yeah, it's not like the numbers add up to some total. It's not... How many...
Divide? No.
No, divide is screwed up by the 3, 2, 1. Because you'd end up with fractions.
No, but I mean like 3 can be divided in 2 ways. 9 can be divided in 3 ways.
Oh, you think it's number of factors. So 3 has 3 and 1, 7 has 7 and 1, 9 has 1, 3 and 9, 10 has 1, 10, 5 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, could be number of factors. Then it's 1, 2, 2. Have you got a text document open, sorry?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll get that open so that I can actually write it down.
Or your handy dandy physical notepad. There's nothing wrong with your
1, 2, 2.
Yep, 1, 2, 2. Then this one is 3, because the answers are 1, 2, 4. Then 2, 1, 5. Then 4, 1, 2, 3, 6.
1, 2, 6.
1, 2, 3, 6 for 6, so 4.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4.
Yep, 2, because 7 is already written in. 8 is 1, 2, 4, 8, so also 4.
Okay.
9 is 3, it's already filled in. 10 is 4, it's already filled in. And 11 is 2. 1 and 11. 11 is a prime number. And then 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, which is 6 in total. So 6 for the last number.
Okay.
So,
Very well.
can you string those back to me in?
Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 3.
2, shit. 2, 3.
And then 2, 4, 2, 4.
Yep.
3, 4, 2, 6.
Yes! Well done, Maury.
Nothing can stop an inventive and logical mind.
Gun. Key.
Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
And now you're gonna have to live with that I saw a logic in math before you did.
Yup. I'm fine with that. I assumed it was to do with the clock faces, not to do with... Like, the clock face has no relevance to that puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
They should just be pairs
Whoever
of
you
numbers.
Are,
But
open
anyway.
up. We mean you no harm. Open the door, for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated.
So what is a key going
We
to
shall
let us
come
do that
back
we couldn't
later.
do before?
Can you open this door now?
No. Oh, you mean with the key? Maybe.
Yeah.
Equip key. Go.
Whoever you are, open up.
No.
We mean you no harm. Open the door, for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility
okay?
is appreciated.
Yeah, just...
We shall come back later.
I feel fine after getting over my flu the other day, but my throat is a bit full of glug. Maybe we can go through that upstairs door that we couldn't.
That's possible.
Oh. Well, that's a yes.
Oh dear.
Watson, that shouting. Something is happening.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
Yeah, but I'd much rather explore this space.
Ignore a woman screaming in peril.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? There could be things here. And look! Ta-da!
This
Well, at
must have
least
come
you
from the
saved,
stables,
so in case,
Holmes.
you know, we now fail due to a time thing, then,
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
No, we really have to go to the stables.
yeah.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
Oh.
You're not allowed to be that cruel.
Alright, Watson. Maury. Oh. This one. Get off my back. We'll go to the stables.
What if someone tried to kill the horse again?
Wouldn't be able to fight back.
They've bolted the door. There's no time for anything else. We must force
Not
it
after
open.
5 days with
Quickly,
no
Watson.
water.
We must find something to serve as a battering ram.
We must act quickly, Holmes.
The cylinder.
They've bolted the door.
Oh, come
There's
on.
no time for anything else. We must force it open.
Well, this
Quickly,
lock.
Watson. We must find something to serve as a battering ram.
We must act quickly, Holmes.
Yes.
Watson, this can serve as a ram to take down the door.
I had the right
This
idea.
must have
Find
come from the
large
stables,
cylindrical
Holmes.
object. Just it
Yes.
wasn't one that we already had. Equip log. Use log on door.
Watson, tend to her.
Holmes, hold on. There is a message pinned to this unhappy woman.
Do you think that in this city the life of one English detective is worth much more than that of a black maid servant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
Now you leave me... Okay, I'll be allowed to steal all the things from that room now.
Closed. Tight.
Which is to say, investigate for important clues.
Uh-huh. Let's just ignore the fact that you just wanted to, you know, go and nick everything while
Closed.
a poor woman
Tight.
was being hanged.
If even the chase sequence wasn't on a timer, I feel pretty safe that nothing else will be.
Mm-hmm.
Anson should be in these pictures. A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful.
What even is it? A horn.
Yes, there is something here.
I meant to use something on the board? Ah.
Strange drawing. It says, only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
Can I take
It
it
says,
with me?
only
mean,
the best gunmen
That
earn
feels
the
like something
finest
that we should
arms.
write down, though.
Let's see. Give me about a second. Yeah.
All good?
Yep.
Only the best gunman.
This picture is sinister.
Never smile at a crocodile. No, it doesn't look like there's anything interactable other than that. So I don't know why we'd want the horn. Maybe now that that screaming has happened, the person downstairs will let us in.
Closed. Tight.
I would think they would let you less in.
I cannot do this.
I cannot use... Ooh! Can I use... metal rod?
I won't do that.
I won't do that! Am I meant to put the bouquet of flowers in the cylinder for some reason?
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
What? Oh, I was meant to notice that this... Okay, so what's happening? And where?
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Ah! The missing horn.
This Arnson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information. This Arnson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
And that was the girl on top of the boat.
Yeah.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
But I don't think we've found what... Do you think that was connected to that, or that was just the goat horn?
No. That has to have been something else, right?
My other guess is put the flowers in this for some reason.
It says...
But no.
Okay.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
I suppose I didn't also detailedly look at this.
Like, if we had Watson to stand on it while we looked around, that would be great, but,
Maybe it's obvious in the other vision mode? No, if anything, it's impossible to see in the other vision mode.
Ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism. Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
well, since we don't have a Watson,
Can we put the... Well, I can't pick up the... Maybe the
can we
lemon
put the
tree?
lemon tree?
Yeah! Snap.
The lemon tree makes a perfect Watson.
Ingenious.
No, yeah, I know
Yes,
that.
there
I know
is
that,
some...
but I wanted to use lemon tree on... Yes! Part of the reason that this makes sense is because you don't want to think, like... Walking around with a lemon tree all around the house and outside into the stables is a bit silly, but walking with a lemon tree from outside this room to inside this room is a bit less silly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's this done? Maybe we explore the rest of the house and there's now a... secret passage somewhere?
Arnson, with his servant, no doubt. These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man.
Nope, that's all the same.
Closed. Tight. Papers were burned, and great care was taken to destroy everything of any value to our case. We will find nothing further in this place.
Well, we didn't notice that before. How bad?
Well, that's good. That we found something new.
Blood! Closed. Tight.
Key?
Closed. Tight.
Rod.
Closed. Tight.
Oh!
Hmm.
We can't use Watson as an excuse anymore.
Darn it, Watson.
Does that mean the woman is
Coming here,
okay?
really?
Can we go talk to her?
Okay, but if it... We used the lemon tree because Watson wasn't there. So that makes me think that whatever we're supposed to find from that is in that room, because Watson only appeared once we left that room.
We talk to you.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
We would do best to divide our forces and meet up later.
Maybe we took too long, so he came back to us.
Hmm.
Maybe
Okay, well, let's go back to the room then, because that makes me more certain that it's in that room.
I just want to see if the bugs have gone quickly before
It
we...
would
Oh,
be
yeah,
better
yeah.
to turn
Sure.
back.
No. No, he does keep following us.
Mhm.
Okay, so you want upstairs to the upstairs... the trophy room?
Mm-hmm.
It says only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
And I can't access my inventory in that space.
No, no. And we seem to be getting told to look at the painting. Chat.
Yeah, that lizard and this are the same, sure.
It says only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
Right, except that this is different. He has a rifle in this and he's not in a boat.
It
versus
says
standing
only the
in
best
this.
gunmen earn the finest arms.
Mm-hmm.
But this bit has been reused. Maybe it's
Oh,
more apparent in the...
Hand, though.
Huh?
No, there's a hand on the lizard.
Oh my god, it's eye.
Nothing can stop an inventive and logical mind.
Yes, the logical mind sticks the rod in the lizard's eye. Whatever. What was the words on the thing? If it doesn't have something to do with I'm grumpy.
You mean the lizard?
Only the best gentlemen earn the finest arms. That has nothing to do with eyes. Boo!
It is possible to take down an elephant with one shot using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through.
Oh, he has some shotguns. What about the key that we have?
This is useless.
The hammer?
This is useless.
Fine. The Northwood Agency of Boston, August 25th, 1894. Dear Sir, it was with great surprise and interest that I received your letter. It would seem the link between your employee and the affair, which commands us, is not accidental. First of all, before answering your questions, I must implore you to avoid any risk in the steps you take to assist us. The greater the sums involved, the less scruples criminals maintain. Such men are incapable of pity and the most ruthless. As you know, according to our client, the amount involved is considerable. I contacted our client and submitted your proposal, which she accepted unconditionally. As you already know, the restitution of the stolen goods is not our only goal. Our agency would add a substantial bonus to the authorized sum should your efforts prove to be the deciding factor in the resolution of this case. Unfortunately, the agent in charge of the case, whom you met, is presently in Europe. Rest assured he will contact you immediately upon his return. If anything of importance occurs in the meantime, contact me directly without delay. Yours sincerely, E. Spears, Director of the Northwood Agency.
Very interesting.
Ashmat tried to meet and make friends with these men, who are strangers to our language, mainly the Chinese, Indians of various tribes and those of Africa. He says he intends to teach them the language, and thanks to these skills they may find other work. But where? Colin heard him speak with a stranger at the gate. He has a decent memory and good ear for a gardener. Here is what he heard and could recall. Search for Old Sam's Racks, pass in front of the Demon Rock, take a left in front of the Jellyfish. They will not be hungry that night. Sing high the call with strength, so they will know you. I mean, that's obviously something we need.
Yeah.
It's the power of print screen with you.
The power of print screen has saved us once more.
A fisherman told me that he was often out alone in the swamps late in the evening. That's why he was such a nasty appearance, and he is never there in the morning. There is something of great importance hidden in the swamp, I'm sure of it. I should not have spoken to the sheriff. Since then, Ashmat has become distant and wary. I'm done with his impudence. If he does not come forward with what I need to know, then I shall confront him this evening. By God, that scoundrel will tell me everything he knows, or I'll throw him out the door and report him to the authorities.
How dreary, the swamp. We must hold fast, as it is imperative that we go there tonight. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
Okay. Sure. Go back downstairs, talk to Watson. Can do. Well, but then he teleports to... so this is why he's... If we're in this room, he's... Like, because this room and this room are probably...
Yeah.
That's why he's teleporting back to us rather than staying with the lady.
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
Oh, I don't actually...
Arneson was in contact with the Northwood Agency. He wanted to inform them about the activities of Ashmat. But why?
Because his servant was secretly selling the same stolen jewelry sought by this agency. How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Can she walk?
It will be difficult for her to
Yes.
animate
Yes.
standing
Yeah.
up.
With me. Your brother is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially. It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him out.
David. David.
Young man, I know that you can hear and understand me. We are here at the request of your sister, who is with us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please come
Oh,
out.
look, we
Everything
say we
will
have
be
a
all
doctor
right.
with us, like I
Open the
guessed.
door, Davy. These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Should we perhaps close the door so he doesn't, see the body first thing?
Miss, you should go and get some food for your brother. He must be very hungry. Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's lives. Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things. You must tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you going...
Listen to me. I will tell you a story. Davy,
What
5
is
days ago at
terrified
night,
eyes?
you were woken up by noises from the dining room. First, you heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener soaking in a pool of blood. You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arnson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He paused to snatch it up, giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
Then you are a kind of hoodoo man.
In some way.
David, do this man tell it true? Is this what happened? The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now, Davy, can you recall what was on that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
Six 879543121. One? No, slash. I think that's a slash because a 1 is slightly after that. Slash 214 blah 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 etc etc. And it's with respect to North? I got no idea. Maybe these are letters? A, B, C. No, no, because there's no way to separate them if so.
No.
G, H, I.
Hmm.
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider this boy's affliction.
Ah, this boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Eula, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
We never used the flowers.
No. We're probably giving
Yes,
it to
Watson,
the girl
we
at the
must pass
bordello.
this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless insect horde. Wait for me here.
The flowers protect us?
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
No.
Mosquito repellent. What else do we have in our inventory? Is there anything?
Knife, matches, broken Cthulhu statue, hammer, key bouquet of flowers.
Okay, to get rid of mosquitoes. I mean, certain flowers can get rid of mosquitoes. Lemons can get rid of mosquitoes.
You want us to pick up the lemon tree again? We tried the lemon tree on the... I tried walking there with the lemon tree earlier.
But maybe because we wasn't supposed to go that way yet.
Could be. Could be a flag issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, fine, I can go see if we can pick up the lemons.
Perhaps it is time to take care of this young man. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
What? Yeah, that feels like some flags out of order there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
No, he really wants me to go. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe now Watson will have a magical solution to the... Oh. Oh! Where'd he go?
Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
Is he in the stables?
Is he with the kid?
Well, the kid and the lady are supposed to be over there, but...
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
Hmm.
They seem to have
This
spawned
should
in a
prove
bit
useful.
of the wrong places.
Well, we have something new, though. We have horseshoe nails.
Yeah.
Do we shoe the horse?
Because we all know how much horseshoe nails help against mosquitoes.
But, like, we just saw them off over here. Or maybe over there. Ah, we also should have, yeah. If we had come and looked at the map, it would have been a bit more obvious that there's... Oh, there's a hidden room that we've not gone to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you go into the corridor again?
No, his space is off limits.
Okay, and his room? Okay, that's still available.
The
We
frustrating
looked at the
chest.
painting.
No, everything seems the same.
Oh, wait, did we look at the footsteps there?
Footsteps?
Yeah, to the bed. They go underneath the bed.
Everything in good time. First, I must find
And it's
Watson.
been scratched. The bed has been moved. Poirot has been here.
Everything in good
I'm
time.
not allowed to
First,
until I
must
find
find
Watson. But we find...
No!
I think we might have a bugged state here.
I think so.
Because Watson won't let us do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Closed. Tight.
So maybe we forgot to do something and therefore we can't leave and therefore it's now bugging.
Well, it's more that Watson wants to be in two... Watson wants to wait by the exit. Oh, where's he gone now? Oh, there he is. Hello. Are you going to follow me to where I... Come on. This way.
Here, Watson.
It is a bit like herding sheep. Come on.
Come and get your horseshoe nails. You know
Good
you
boy,
want
come
them.
on. Kip up.
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
Yeah, then he just disappeared there.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, there he is. Okay.
Closed. Tight.
No, I'm a bit lost.
Where were we taking him?
Come on. To the bedroom. With the moved bed. To here.
Uh-huh.
Come on. Come on.
Watson
Everything in
don't
good
wanna...
time. First, I must find Watson. Everything in good time.
Please. Maybe if I change view mode. No, if anything, that's killed him.
Maybe we just have to go back to our previous save. If it is the fact that
Everything in
the
good
game
time.
thinks we haven't
First,
done
I must find
anything and we were
Watson.
supposed to leave the area and then it reacts to, but you didn't do this thing. But you did the last thing you were supposed to do, so now we'll
So what, you
we'll
want
keep
us
you
to go
trapped
back
here for all
to-
eternity.
Here? There's a lot to do. We gotta grab the horn.
This must have come from the stables,
God.
Holmes. This must
Yeah,
have come from the stables.
I'm
Holmes.
going there. Maybe I meant to travel by teleport.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
No, not allowed.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
No, because you need to, you can't enter it, so it makes sense that you can't teleport into the barn.
But didn't it just cutscene, like, after this to...
No, because now we save her, and then we had the whole investigation scene where Sherlock could
bolted
do
the door.
things.
We must act quickly,
And my
Holmes.
hope is that at that point we can move the bed and do all
Watson,
the things.
this can serve as a ram to take down the door. Watson.
Holmes.
Okay, this is the same.
Holmes, she is...
He says stay
Because
here.
now he says he will stay there. And now we run and see if we can move the bed.
But he won't be with us.
No, but we didn't need him. We just weren't allowed to do things because we were supposed to talk to Watson. We got locked in a weird cutscene with the boy.
I don't think
You
it's
can
gonna
just
let
go
it.
straight to the right.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. It does let us. But what's there? What am I meant to get from this?
The footprints, you didn't look at them.
Yes, there is
so you
something
can't
here.
believe it.
Yes, there is something here.
No, there's like... There is something here, but what?
Yes, there is something here.
Knife?
Ho ho!
A stone of small size, but of splendid color. It seems to have no
Very
flaws,
much
and I
ho-ho.
doubt that it originated in the American continent.
Now we go upstairs and solve the case of the missing lemon tree.
Mm-hmm.
Let me poke the eye
This
of this.
picture is sinister.
Put the
Nothing
horn
can
in.
stop an inventive and logical mind.
We steal this.
How
we
dreary,
steal
the
this.
swamp. Everything in good time. Very interesting.
The heck? I do not understand what that is.
Huh. This is just strange.
Supposed to be. The guns weren't allowed to access. Those were the only two things. Then it was find Watson.
Yes, but first just pick up the horn and look at the picture and those sort of things that we now just skipped.
Brug.
Let's just make sure there's nothing
A
that we
lovely
know
piece.
that
I
we've
must say it's the highlight
not
of this
done.
we've forgotten to
exhibition.
do here
But I dare
before
say
we
it shall prove
initiate the
useful.
next round.
This Anson has a good sense of humor. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
Now down to Watson.
Mm-hmm. Because now we know that we have to find her.
Yeah,
Perhaps
We
it
have
is
the
time
gem.
to take care of this
we
young
have
man.
flowers.
Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
And now it makes sense.
that triggered at the right time this time.
Yeah. Did we perhaps fast travel through it and that's why it didn't?
Maybe.
Did we just fast travel to the barn and that's why?
No, I tried to fast travel and it didn't let us.
No, but I meant last time when we went back here.
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
Arneson was in
the
contact
other
with the...
playthrough.
Because his servant was secret...
Blah, blah, blah.
It will be...
Can sh-
Yeah.
Blah,
Come
blah,
with me.
Blah.
Your
Fix,
bro-
fix the
Young man.
boy.
Have you finished,
He
Watson?
makes the
Mr.
code on the
Dave.
chalkboard.
Mm-hmm.
We copy it.
Holmes.
This boy.
We get rid of
Monsieur,
them.
we should be... Watson, we must move quickly.
In a not so sinister way. Okay.
I don't think we have anything extra though.
Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless insect horde.
No, it was the
Wait for me
lemons that
here.
you were allowed to pick, but you couldn't because you had to talk to Watson because you triggered a cutscene talk to Watson.
Okay, you think that the lemons solve our issue. Okay.
I think so. I think the lemons are now the good thing because when you were up there, your hand on the lemon tree did something. Well, there was a hand on the lemon tree. But you weren't allowed to because we had the
This
middle
should
of a
prove
bug.
useful.
Yes, I'm allowed to pick it up now.
Okay.
We cut the lemon. Do we mash the lemon?
Do we just hold the lemon?
Do we apply the flowers to the lemon?
Do we throw the lemon at Watson?
Apply lemon to Watson? Rub lemon on Watson?
Surely not. Oh yeah, right, we don't have the nails. We didn't pick up the nails.
True.
This should prove useful.
We need those as Watson bait.
Apparently, because he's disappeared.
Is he still over in Mosquitoeville?
Ah, okay.
Okay, so it's actually, this time he stayed where he was supposed to be. That's good.
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice.
Oh my
It will
God.
protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
That's a bit silly.
Yeah, here's a lemon, squeeze it all over you.
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Arnson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let go. His adversary, unable to get him down due to the
good
man's
lord.
tight grasp, must have cut off his hand. I would say his right.
What a horror!
Rather,
there.
and quite determined.
There is evidence of a fierce struggle in the swamp on the way from the Arslan Garden to the riverbank. The violence of the fight is unmistakable, as someone's right hand was severed at the same place. Okay, it's not interactable anymore, that's all we were meant to get.
Blood is probably just from the mosquitoes. Blood would probably attract all the mosquitoes.
But that's it?
What do you make of this, Holmes?
Maybe I meant to have looked at more of the...
Was there anything more at the little pier there that we could look at?
Yeah, I didn't pixel scrub. Ah,
A boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
Through our best friend, Champagne.
indeed.
Watson, we must inspect this place carefully and leave no stone unturned. We have little time.
No, Maury, there's something we've missed.
No. No, nothing more that we've missed. Well, we found a thing underneath the bed, so I'm happy with that. What else?
Why won't it let me leave?
Let's go back up to the study area. The trophy room and things.
Surely
That's
it
where we...
must be in that area that we've just gained access to. But what are all the flowers for then?
I think the flowers are just to give to the bottle lady.
In the future? But then why are we assembling them beforehand?
I don't know. Yes, we also do have hammer and nails, but we
Wood
shouldn't
for
just
a
be
raft?
sailing them.
We're not allowed to pick up the log, and that would make sense with the nails.
Hmm.
We could build a raft.
And sail down the bayou.
This could be a... You know, chuck some barrels under this. And it would form a suitable raft.
For sure.
Maybe I can just walk back. It won't let me fast travel back, but maybe it will let us walk back.
I have no reason to go there.
Absolutely not.
Could we just go upstairs and have another look? Is there anything we forgot here?
Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
Okay, but if we now get the elephant gun, can we do that then?
I don't know why we'd be able to get the elephant gun. We still don't have a key for it.
True. if there's still an no, not hourglass, but magnifying glass on it, just click on it once more, just so we're absolutely sure.
Sure.
Arnson should be in these pictures.
Okay, that's that one.
It is possible to
There
take
was
down
something
an
with the
elephant with one shot
warthog.
using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through. I won't do that.
Oh wait, no, surely not. Could you go back to the warthog?
The same woman seen in the trophy photograph.
Here is...
Hmm.
To my darling Errol, this bouquet will forever be the true symbol of our love. Lucy.
And now we know why we need the bouquet.
It's still stupid that we assemble the flowers for it before we know why. I'm not
Yes.
giving up on that. Now, what do you want about
Fine.
the warthog?
But no, because as Redborg also said, we didn't do the cylinder. You went straight and stabbed the hole in the eye.
Where did we get the cylinder?
The warthog.
What?
Doesn't it have a thing with its tail or something that it came up a magnifying glass? Certainly looked like it. No, that was just...
No.
Nope, that's just my imagination.
This thing has... We can put the... But we... You think that we haven't done this, but because I have done that before this... I thought this just
Yes.
disappeared after.
Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it did.
Because otherwise I would still have it in my inventory.
Yeah, you would. You totally would. Can we leave?
So you think that it was just finding out about the bouquet? Yeah.
Watson, we must
Would
move
make
quickly.
sense.
The
Yes.
enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
Okay, so it was finding about her
Watson,
name
we must
and
move
bouquet.
quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
But
Hmm.
no. That
The
wasn't
door
the
that we've never been at.
That wasn't a success. Yes, you may leave.
But there is the other room that we've never been able to get into on the ground floor.
This thing?
Yeah. It's outside on the balcony.
So this is this. So the
Gotta
other
go
side.
outside. Yeah.
Closed tight. Closed tight. Closed tight. Closed tight.
I don't think it's going to be matches or...
No.
It doesn't look like we get in via a window.
No.
Closed tight.
Hmm. Because that's the only thing that's still completely uninvestigated.
Yeah, we know what this space is now. That's the outer balcony.
Yeah.
Maybe...
So is there a secret entranceway from the inside?
Yeah, maybe either of the two... workers' rooms has some sort of...
Anson, with his servant, no doubt.
Seemingly nothing. And this is locked, so I guess that room is just forever locked? Which is a bit strange.
Cut content, perhaps.
Could be.
But then what is the thing that we are supposed to do? Or maybe it will let us walk away? You'd think there'd be something we're supposed to do with the nails.
Yeah. We have a hammer, we have nails.
It would be better to turn back.
Okay, how about we go third person pixel scrubbing through the house?
These clothes belong to a servant. Anson, with his...
Hmm? The key should do something.
And I'm stuck. It won't let me move.
You have to push the bed back.
No, I think I have to be in first person mode. Because otherwise he can't path through that tiny gap.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Wait. That would make sense. I think I have it.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
we want to hire Champagne to take
footsteps
us down the bayou. That is where we left off at the docks. However, our bag was stolen, so we have no money.
Yeah, but we have a gem now.
Yes, but he wants either cash or he wants champagne. Is there booze? Have we forgotten to neck the booze in this house? Because we gotta pay him somehow. It could be, as you said, that we just pay with the gem. But the gem feels more like a clue to me than...
Then a trade item.
Yeah. I would believe the liquor to be in the dining room, not in the kitchen.
You want it to be in here?
Like in the study, yeah.
Champagne. Maybe this will satisfy that old man of the same name.
Sure. Sure. Can I teleport
Okay.
away now?
Now we have a way to
Watson,
pay
we must
him.
move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
close, but still no cigar.
Okay. Okay, we have the flowers. Do we need to find a vase for the flowers? Is that the
Closed,
next
tight.
thing?
Or a ribbon for them.
I'm really starting to struggle to figure out what more we can look for here.
Closed, tight. Closed, tight. Closed, tight.
Do you have something to contribute?
What do you make of
Watson?
this, Holmes?
Absolutely not.
Okay, back into the room where we went to bottle and go back to third person mode. We did the servant's small room. That's the next room. Have we missed anything?
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars.
Mhm.
Ah,
Papers were burned, and great care was taken
No.
to destroy everything of any value to our case. We will find nothing further in this place.
Okay.
This must be Arnson. He appears fond of cigars.
is that it?
Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to
Nope.
examine.
Nope. There's still something we haven't looked at.
So what would be a nice addition? A nice addition would be like a hot-cold thing?
I mean, we could just use our strategy guide and it will probably tell us. Because every time we've been properly stuck, the strategy guys have dealt with it. What else can I do outside the house? What can I do inside the house?
I'm not sure I understand what is the answer to the puzzle.
Hmm. No. See, this is even more frustrating. Find and read. Be sure
No,
to look
just
at the
look at the two
photograph.
documents and the photo, which we've done.
Yeah. So that means that what we missed is probably something small but important, because it's not big enough that it mentioned here. Mhm.
We've done all of these, haven't we?
We have, which means we missed something small and insignificant. But not insignificant enough. Okay, we checked that room now, and you checked the kitchen. The bedroom?
This is a
Have we
lot of
checked the
sub
bedroom?
things.
Yeah, let's put the lemon tree.
Stupid rod. That is so many hints for you. Like, 12 of these are just get the lemon tree. Should be.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go searching.
What do you want to search for, and where?
Had made it to the bedroom upstairs, I think, because we'd done the kitchen bit earlier.
So the
Not the study, but the bedroom.
quarters,
The master bedroom, if you want.
Okay, yep.
Don't think we pixel scrubbed that in third perspective yet. Ah! Still want to take books.
Fauna and flora of Louisiana. Because the gators are not the most fearsome predators according to visitors, all agree that mosquitoes are the worst enemy of man in Louisiana. No one knows how many different varieties haunt the surrounding swamps and lowlands, but the common are hematophages, attracted by mammal blood warmth, the smell of blood from wounds or sweat. They can quickly swarm in areas of several thousand and attack their target with the same effectiveness as a school of piranha. Every year they cause numerous deaths among cattle. Fortunately, deaths among people are rare. The natives shared with us some of their local recipes to avoid the plague. The most effective method consists of applying lemon juice. The aroma, at least we get an explanation for this. This feels less stupid now. The aroma repels the menacing insects. The simple presence of the lemon tree in front of a window is enough to dissuade them from entering. The more audacious solution consists of carrying several toads on your person in a conspicuous manner. These amphibians are very effective. Though the behavior of the raccoon in Louisiana is very similar to his brothers from the forest on the east coast, there are some differences. There are many unique predators of the raccoon in the wilds of Louisiana, notably certain kinds of aquatic snakes. Because of this, raccoons in the region take their meals in a nest, usually placed in the branches of a tree, which is easily approachable by the raccoon. Well known for its agility, but also out of easy reach of their enemies. Carrion is the main part of their diet, particularly if speaking of a female with kits. Her need for additional proteins to sustain milk production makes carrion a particularly good source of food.
Ah, a book on the fauna and flora of Louisiana.
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
Yay!
You're quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
A young woman?
Then it says, open the map. Please leave.
Run, Watson, run!
Why haven't you already left?
We outran them, Holmes.
Surely not, Watson. They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
Is this supposed to reassure me?
Okay, and now we're here, we can teleport down to Champagne.
But we could also talk to the woman at the brothel.
Oh my god, our head. Okay. You want to talk to her rather than him?
I want to do both, but...
I want to give him the bottle.
Yeah, sure.
Will this cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you them planks from the wood pile around there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
This is why we needed the key. Oh god. This and that. This and that. We've made a ladder. Why? Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
We don't know, we don't need to know. What we know is that we need to talk to the lady, so we come here. We ask you if we're allowed in now.
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well,
No, madam. We merely wish to speak with one of your boarders about an extremely urgent matter.
Of course you do, darling. How much money you looking to spend?
The matter is, madam, I must protest. It's not what you think. This is extremely urgent and involves nothing questionable.
Oh, sure, I understand. I know all about these urgent matters you fellas have to talk about with the girls. But unless I see the color of your money, you and your urgent matters best keep on moving. At least there are two of you. You can always lend each other a hand.
what did she just say? These Americans have such colourful expressions.
So this is thank God our head again.
So this is saying
Our
use
head
the
is at,
ladder
like,
to get up there.
Precisely right angles to our body. There we go, that's less disturbing. I use gem on you. I have money.
What else do you want?
Oh,
We
I
have
wanted
work
to
to
just
do.
use the ladder to climb up there.
Ah, well, that's another option. You really want to hold on to the gem, don't you? I just want to use the gem.
You're willing to give that gem away to anyone.
Look, it's an item in our inventory. The sooner we use it, the sooner we make progress.
I have no idea if we can use the ladder up there. It's just a suggestion.
It would be better to turn back.
No?
No. Okay. Okay, so that's not it. And you tried giving her the gem already.
Yeah. Would you like a bunch of flowers?
Good evening, my
Where?
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your
She
boarders.
would.
You know who I'm talking about. We have something very important to say to her.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try and find out. Listen to me, miss.
Lucy.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No. Actually, we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted and one of his servants had been murdered.
Kidnapped? But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson. And, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts may prove to be of great importance.
He is such a kind man and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then we met here. I had just started working, you see. Madam said that she would let me leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Mr. Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it. It would have been a small fortune to most folks round here.
And you know where he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it could bring me back Errol, I'd give it away gladly. He showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside. To open the gate of the cupboard, he uses signet ring that he wears on his right hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
You have been of greater assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Anson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you. Come on, Watson.
So we want to go back to the house that we were just chased away from by the
Watson,
police?
let's pay a visit to
Yes.
this Anson.
Because that makes sense, apparently.
Would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about,
The
Holmes?
raccoon? Raccoon.
The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The
Yes!
key that unlocks Anson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same
No needing to
severed by
even
one
look
of
at
his
our
kidnappers
notes.
when the poor man
Nope.
clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
So go get the ham?
It did smell quite good, apparently.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little...
Where do I use it, though?
Oh, probably over by the hand. Maybe not. Do you have to have it equipped?
Yeah, might be, might be. Nope.
Where do we hide the ham?
Well, they said near trees, so let's go investigate.
This big tree?
Aha!
Follow the
Watson,
raccoon.
there's the nest. It's on the roof above the balcony.
Also, that upside down cross is a bit.
So then use ladder to get up there, I guess.
No. Well, yes, but only once we're
Yeah.
upstairs. Don't use it from the ground floor. I think it's use it from over here.
Makes sense. It's not that tall of a ladder.
Or not? Ah. Use ladder on invisible space where ladder belongs.
Yes.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Anson to be a man of good taste.
Oh, that makes me want to know the quote from the end of A Boy and His Dog. Ugh.
Where are you going?
Well, we've got the key. We've got the signet ring now.
Oh. Ooh.
Was the signet ring what unlocks this?
Closed. Tight.
No. Okay. So what did the
But
girl say about the signet ring?
I thought it was in the other room.
Sorry? Oh, you think it's the thinger that opens the gun?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they meant that secret room that we haven't been able to get in. No, this one. Okay.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed,
It's
it'll
become
be
a
a great
first-person
advantage in the
shooter?
swamp.
Yep. Enjoy. You're
No.
not gonna be shooting gators.
No.
Miss, we die.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson. Forget the gun and see to the ladder. And quickly.
Okay. Go to the ladder. If you say so. And what? Use it on the edge of... Yeah. No, I don't want the gun. I want this equipped now.
Let's go, Watson. To the port.
I think shooting the evil Americans would be fine, but okay.
We're still trying to be the good guys.
We can pay off this lady's debt.
I thought we were just hiring a boat.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Huh. I mean, it's money that belongs to her, realistically, in terms of what he would have want done with it. Maybe we keep a
Yes.
small finder's fee, but...
But maybe we hire the boat and save him while he's still alive.
Maybe. So what, you want us to teleport along to this end? And now throw money at him.
Have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify Old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
I
Now,
think
Watson,
they
let's
mean like
explore this
lobster
swamp.
pots.
Hmm.
But you know what this feels like?
A save point.
Yes. We have successfully gotten to the next sub-area of this. And good day, Mr. Anderson.
And now we can go sailing down the bayou with the gators. And a lantern.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay, so it's just keep heading towards his... Hello?
Hmm?
Why not head towards his next thing?
Let's see.
Maybe I have to
Search
go
for
around
Old Sam
this.
Racks. Pass in
Yes.
front of the
Here
demon
is the
rock.
hidden passage near Old Sam's
Take a
racks.
left in
We are
front
on
of
the
the
right course, Watson.
jellyfish. They will not be hungry that night. Sing high the call with strength so they will know you.
Pass which way by the rock?
Pass in front of the demon rock.
What was the other thing before that? Was it about a tree?
It was search for Old Sam's racks.
Yeah.
Pass in front of the demon rock.
Well, let's say
Take a left in front of the jellyfish. They will not be hungry that night. Sing high the call with strength, so they will know you.
Well, we've passed. That's the demon rock.
Here is the hidden passage near old Sam's
Go in
racks.
front of
We are
it.
on the right course, Watson. Blood!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
And then take a left in front of the jellyfish.
Here is the hidden passage near old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
But what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson. Near the goal.
That doesn't look like a jellyfish.
I mean, it has lots of arms and legs. So what about the jellyfish?
Take a left in front of the jellyfish.
Left.
Good God! Look in the water! What monsters!
No, Watson. They are crocodiles.
They will
and
not be
apparently
hungry
not
that
very
night. Sing
accommodating.
high the call with
I
strength,
can think
so
of
they will know
nothing
you.
useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
We must find some enticing food to lure them away from here, Watson. Let us think.
Holmes, I fail to see how they feed these creatures, and do not rely on me to dive in.
Can we just make a save before the crocs eat us? Well, they're alligators here, aren't they? Although actually, these have big flat noses, not pointy thin noses. Do we shoot them?
Holmes, quickly! They come from all sides! Holmes, quickly!
Hello?
They come from all sides!
Here, Watson.
I don't think this is doing anything.
Yeah, neither do I.
Can you shoot down the corpse?
Bravo, Watson.
Yeah.
Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
And they don't actually move. We're just allowed to move over them now.
Yeah.
So what was the next thing? They won't be hungry. Sing high the something.
They will not be hungry that night. Sing high the call in quotation marks with strength, so they will know you.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Save.
Pitiable and blind fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now, his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
I've got it, Holmes!
By Jove.
This sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
Oh, do we place the tiny Cthulhu into big Cthulhu?
Maybe. We get the Cthulhu-nomicon.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage.
Korkman Quadwahal book.
A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
Is that it? Do we leave now?
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late.
Ah, the guy with the missing hand. Sure. No, that looks like most of it. Am I allowed to leave?
Yeah.
No.
No, I would assume we would get a cutscene from this. Surely.
You think we escape via cutscene?
I think at least we could have some sort of conversation with Watson about how horrible all
We
of
must
this
act
is.
quickly, Holmes.
Do we euthanize the man? Oh my god, it
Holmes,
caused
Help
something.
me to carry him to the boat. I really
What?
can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
I tried to use gun on man and it caused stuff to happen.
Okay then.
I don't know why. I was joking, chat, joking.
By the devil, that'd be honest.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arnson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found you, fella.
My God, can it be true?
Sure enough, as he say.
What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount, and belongs to Mr. Arnson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then.
I will take good care of you.
You'll see, my love.
About Arnson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
And we even get out exactly as the policeman wanted.
Mm-hmm. As Sherlock dwells further into the lore.
Oh. He's been seized by madness.
Mm-hmm.
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
Oh dear.
We're being a bit rude.
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
Sherlock, you should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Your instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the results satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Edelweiss Institute and found evidence of serious breaches of established medical ethics, in total accord with your own findings. Dr. Gygax was found and detained. Unfortunately, before anything could be learnt, he took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. Before he could be stopped, he swallowed it and died immediately. His employees denied any knowledge of the doctor's murderous activities, and the evidence supports this conclusion. Namely, that they were merely employees carrying out his orders. No trace was found of the Hindi. However, your friend, Superintendent Bleiger, informed me that during their search of an underground level of the Institute, his men discovered a blood-splattered well. In this room, they also reported hearing a strange maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of the well. The superintendent thinks, as I do, that the sound was shouting of the patients gathered in the hospital square. He theorizes that due to the odd acoustics present, this sound is distorted and appears to be originating from the well. I must say I agree completely with his reasoning and mention the odd report merely to apprise you of all the facts. You should also know that since its discovery, the dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Although most of Dr. Gygax's documents were destroyed before the arrival of the Swiss police, a number of accounting references have survived. These were adequate to trace a series of suspicious transactions. Even the famed confidentiality of the Swiss banks has their limits. What I learned, though, seems fantastic. It's quite improbable. It seems that Dr. Gygax had laid his hands on a goodly portion of the, if not the entirety, of Lord Rochester's lost treasure. You may recall the story. Lord Rochester, the infamous London billionaire, married an American woman. They had only one child, a lad named Archibald. Iron Fist. After the boy completed his education and achieved his majority, he travelled east to take charge of his father's interests. In addition to his holdings in England, Lord Rochester held a number of jewel mines in India. At the end of 2 years, he'd accumulated a fortune in gemstones, all of the highest quality. The best of these were placed in a chest, which he took with him to a ship bound for England. Then his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land, as a dreadful storm sank the ship near the Indian coast. Only a few of the crew survived. The bodies of the rest were pulled from the sea, with one notable exception. Not a trace of Archibald or his famed chest. And the tragedy took a far greater toll. Lord Rochester was devastated by the news and died soon after. Grief-stricken, the Lady Rochester returned to her family in Boston. She herself died not long ago. What was once a noble family is gone. What you may not know is that Archibald Rochester had the stones carefully documented and inventoried before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see the documents recently. Comparing the particulars, I can say with the utmost confidence that some of these same stones are presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, have astonishingly surfaced in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what facts led Amos Colby, the Northwood Agency operative, to that area. But you may know more about this than I am privy. Sincerely yours, Mycroft.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an
So our
elaborate
jewel was
masquerade?
evidence after all.
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know. Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
Oh my god! What is the solution to the code written by Davey? Well, I solved the last one, Maury, so this one I'll hand to you.
Oh, how kind of you. How very kind.
Very fair of me. Let your moment to shine. Holy! But in truthfulness, I actually, I can't even see it because I can't tab out and print screen and look at it, so it does make the most sense for Maury to solve it, not just jokingly.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, you asked me to print screen a lot of things, not that.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I did get it, but still. Okay, so let's see. So,
I have
if I
no
go
idea
for
because
there-
they weren't letters because there was no
No.
there was no spacing between them. There was some number of things, then a slash, and then some other number of things, and then the picture was of a compass needle, like a northeast southwest.
Okay. That might be something.
But what that could...
Okay, 5,
5,
6, and then a 4, then a 3, 6, 6 again, 1, and a 3 and a 4.
5, 6, 4, 3, 6, 6, 1, 3, 4.
Yes, try that.
What do we do with it? Oh, we're allowed to
Just
go...
has to come up with it. But yeah, if you see there, if you go back to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to oh, but it's just several away. So this thing, yeah?
So, it before the slash, it is all numbers 1 to 9.
Sure.
So if you then go with the next 9 numbers, which number is missing?
5 is missing.
Yeah. And then you go on through.
And then you
with
do that again.
Yeah.
So it's not 8. The next number missing is 6. Yeah, okay. Is that right, though?
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning, even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have failed to penetrate the secrets of this book. The language is archaic, and my own modest knowledge of ciphers is sorely tested. I have succeeded in drawing forth only insanities and other absurdities. According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, the victim is mesmerized or deemed to leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you say it? What? These drawings, what a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I just recalled, Watson. Didn't Barnes, the bookseller, tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the translation of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
Better minds than Sherlock Holmes?
Mm-hmm.
But that feels like the end of a chapter, doesn't it?
I would say go to him first and then probably end of chapter.
You think go him first? I feel like doing anything back here might be... Like, maybe this next chapter is here.
I would expect it to be more of a grand end scene sort of thing. All the other ones have had a fairly big end. Or rather, big beginning.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, a real pleasure to see you. I say, where have you been? You've stayed away for some months now.
Indeed, we took a very long journey and barely made it back. However, we have more important matters to discuss. Didn't you say you have some knowledge of ancient people, their language, writings, and customs?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. Why do you ask?
Percent book.
You are just the man we need.
This is the
I
only
ran
thing
across
in our
this
inventory,
esoteric
apparently.
text during our travels and wondered if... Is there something wrong, Barnes?
Mr. Holmes, wherever did you find this? This book.
It
is
belongs
worthy
in a
of
museum!
If you could be so good as to translate some of these fragments for me, I would be in your debt. I am particularly interested in these pages here. They are in the poorest condition and therefore appear to be the most used.
With pleasure. I will get to work straight away and keep you informed of my progress.
Go back home? Do you think?
I don't know. You can try to leave.
It lets us. I'm sad. Where was the science for this section?
I'm sure we'll find more science. Okay, so we just need to make time pass while he does his. Does our newsie have anything new?
Ah, little Timmy.
Little Timmy.
Strand! Get the Strand! 3 ships still missing at sea! All aboard feared lost! Get the Strand! Latest word on the missing ships!
Give me the latest edition. There's a good lad.
Thank you, mister.
Strand. Storm of the Century, 2nd December, 1892. The colossal tempest many are already calling the Storm of the Century has taken hold of the Scottish and Irish coastlines. It has been raging for these last 2 weeks, and officials are alarmed by signs that the storm is intensifying. Witnesses reports winds are increasing and waves higher than 40 feet have been spotted. Isn't like 20 feet sea state 10? The storm is taking a terrible toll in shipping and the lives of seamen. 34 ships have been reported lost, and even as the article goes to press, several hundred lives hang in the balance as seamen struggle against the raging elements. Sadly, the Royal Navy Rescue is presently forbidden to launch any rescue ships due to the dangerous conditions. Until the storm lifts, those lost at sea have only fortune and faith to carry them home. Their one ray of hope is that the majority of lighthouses remain in operations. The roads leading to them are largely underwater, and their occupants, the guardians of our coast and a sailor's best friend, are manning their posts bravely, though they themselves remain cut off from the world. Her Majesty, the Queen, held an emergency meeting with her ministers about the crisis along our coast, and it was learnt that similar phenomena are occurring around the world. An extraordinary quantity of these tempests... an extraordinary quality of the tempest that is savaging our waters is that it appears to affect the weather around the world, creating similar storms elsewhere. Reports from continental Europe, the Americas, Africa, and Oceania all speak of the rapidly deteriorating sea conditions. Some scholars speculate that the force and direction of the currents around our coastline is amplifying the effect of these waves in the ambient seas. However, according to those same scholars, a worldwide effect of this magnitude would be the first of its kind. French politics splutter. Undoubtedly, the French police are always late. It is in its unbridled chase of the mysterious burglar, A.L., whose exploits have been followed with great regularity, the police have struck a significant obstacle. This being the victim's unbridled admiration for the canny thief. A rich and well-known eccentric heiress was recently robbed by a fortune in gems. Their value is estimated to be several 100 million francs. The regional authorities have placed her estate under close watch, as they quite rightly regarded it as a prime target for the notorious thief. Last night, a shadowy figure was observed scaling the wall, crossing the grounds and entering the residence. The policemen closed their trap, with an entire brigade standing by as reinforcements. They charged the manor, throwing the household into a panic, and rushed the heiress's private rooms. She met them in her nightdress and perkily announced that the theft of her jewellery had just occurred. After several minutes, rather long ones, she explained that she showed the burglar an ancient secret passage in her room through which he escaped and skillfully avoided the police. The passage itself led to a nearby train station. The shocked civil servants took their leave without saying a word, rejecting the light meal prepared for them by the lady of the household. No doubt it will take more than a few croissants from this lady to persuade the assurance company to pay her the value of the stolen gems. No,
Watson, consider the news of all these missing ships.
Okay, at least it
I
wasn't
have
that
an
long of a
idea,
newspaper
but
this
it
time.
will be necessary to secure a chart for the Scotland coast and nearby seas. No point in asking Barnes. I have no desire to divert his attention from the translation.
True enough, Holmes. But where else would we find such a chart?
A shipping chart?
Maybe at our a pub friend?
It's
at the
elementary.
docks?
It is a sea chart we seek. We must go to the harbour. Good day, sir.
Because, see, for me,
Good
it makes
morning
sense
to you,
that the
gentlemen.
chapters start now
Would
in
you care for a
Scotland, since
pint,
that's where they want
or
to send
perhaps
us.
something finer?
Thank you, but at the moment
Sure.
I have need of information and will have to miss another glass of your fine ale. More's the pity. Would you happen to know where I could find charts of the local waters?
They're all kept at the harbour master's office, but I'm afraid only those with port business are allowed to enter. I trust you understand.
Precisely. What I need is a chart of the Scottish area, where all those ships have wrecked recently.
Indeed, such a sad tale. All those poor souls lost at sea. It seems as if the very devil is at work there. Hang on, a chart of the Scotland coastline, you said? It seems to me I have one in my room
Oh,
over
I
there.
just happen to
behind the
have
bar.
one.
Here's the key. Take it and have a look for yourself. If you find it, it's yours for the taking.
Well, that was easy then.
Those stairs are still to nothing.
Yep.
No, I can't get to that door. Do you mean the door that we've never
I
been able
need
to
something.
use here? Yes. I mean, those look like charts to me.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Rochester's son embarks for India.
A photograph of Rochester as a young man. I have what we need, Watson. Now, let's examine this map.
We can scroll, but we cannot zoom.
We cannot zoom out.
Nope.
Oof, harsh.
North Arona. St Kilda Peak. St Kilda's a football club here. Suliska. They spelt the same? They are spelt the same.
Okay, so then we need to write down the long latitude and longitude.
Of what? What are we supposedly...
I mean, I'm assuming that's what was on the note.
Let us pause to consider the facts, Watson. No mystery can resist an agile mind.
We have received a bunch of numbers.
Oh, you mean this,
Yeah.
So you think this is north and south, declination, and...
Yeah.
I forget what the other one is. But anyway.
So
latitude and longitude.
I'm assuming then that, yeah. So I'm
So-
assuming then that it's 5.6436.
56
And-
degrees, 43 minutes, 6 seconds. Have you got these two? Have you got this print screen? So that... Because
Yeah.
I'm...
Yeah.
And then we go look at...
I have it.
We go
I haven't
look at...
print screen. I have just written it down.
How do we look at the... Oh, we just look at it again here? Okay, so... 50?
5.
No, this is 80. So 80, 70, 60, 50. 50 what?
56436.
5... There is no 6, because it goes... These are minutes. No, you...
Let us
you,
pause to consider the facts, Watson.
you-
No mystery can
Yes,
resist an
yes,
agile
shush,
mind.
shush. So, when I ask for the numbers, you want them presented as... Where was the thing? Reports? Here. 5, 6.
I would assume it was 5.6.
56436. But then how do you do this in... Oh, maybe that's 9. Not 50, but it doesn't go across far enough to go to 50.
Let us pause to
Shush.
consider the facts,
Shush.
Watson.
Yes,
No
I'm
mystery
going in and
can
out.
resist an agile
I
mind.
know what you want. Stop. He wants me to stop going in and out, which is fair enough for it. Well, maybe the up and down goes to
But
56.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, the up and down
And
does.
you have
All right.
so 56 there.
Well, we're in the 56. 56 point...
436.
43. Okay, and then the other one is...
6.1.
6.1.
34. So somewhere around there.
It should be here. 6.1.
No, that's 5.
Oh, okay, so you want 6.1 this way.
Yeah.
And then it was 40...
436.
1, 2, 3. Here? Somewhere here.
Watson,
Oh, no,
that's
I'm
what those
sorry.
mysterious figures meant.
Hope you didn't-
Longitude and
you probably
latitude.
heard the pizza
They
enough.
indicate a point along the Scottish coast called Ardnamurcombe. Let's bring back the key to the tavern keeper and see if he knows this place.
Go to sleep, Pizza Knot. Night, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Rest that sore head. Okay.
So now he's happy. So do we talk to the barman again? Or do we just leave and be rude?
Did you find everything to your liking?
Yes.
Indeed, you are as good as your word. I found the charts just as you said. Does the name Ardnamurcombe mean anything to you?
Ah, yes, it's a lighthouse along that very coastline. Legend has it, the place was built over a pirate's hideaway. In fact, now that I think on it, that spot is right in the middle of the tempest that is taking down all those ships. Rather odd-looking building, They say the chap who built it, Stevenson I believe his name was, that he fancied up the entrance with foreign symbols, Egyptian obelisks and even a dog with wings. Strange fixings for a lighthouse, isn't it?
Okay. No items. Is it somewhere we can now map travel to? No.
Can we go back to the bookshop? Is he done?
Whoops. Or has he gone mad?
Mr. Holmes, I was able to translate the pages that you wanted. Come, I will show you. This book is quite ancient. It tells of a terrifying sect devoted to strange entities. The descriptions are vague, but we can presume the origin of this myth arises from the destructive Leviathan represented in the Bible, a creature said to sleep and dream in a strange city under the sea.
A nightmare sleeping within the sea.
To be exact, the pages you asked me to translate are in fact a prayer or invocation to this entity and the description of the ceremony associated with it. To be frank, what is described in this book would make one laugh, were it not for its reliance on such horribly obscene, morbid, and bloodthirsty language.
And this ceremony, what can you tell me about it?
Promise me you will not laugh. The book says that hundreds or thousands of years ago, during a particular alignment of the stars, a priest performed these rites, invoking the name of a destructive Leviathan. The priest intoned his name and called for his return to this earth so his followers could give him his due. The priest then asked a representative of each nation on the earth to recite the invocation and sacrifice themselves to the sea from atop a colossal natural rock tower surrounded by water. All this is quite absurd, isn't it?
Pray continue, Barnes.
As you like. It goes on to say that the ceremony must be held under the image of the messenger of the outside gods. Nothing more exact is said on these entities. However, from their description, their messenger would have a form rather close to the Egyptian Sphinx, except that his face is without feature and jet black in colour.
Perhaps a dog with wings.
So an idol in its likeness must be present during the ceremony. But can you imagine that? Some so-called priest and an international crowd atop a tower singing in unison before some faceless winged stone lion?
I can imagine it very well, Barnes. You say that these people are to throw themselves into the sea so that their god will have his due. But what is it about? What does this god seek?
That's the most preposterous part of this tale, and proves it to be pure myth and fancy. Even for the sake of argument, this ceremony could never have happened. In such ancient times, it would have been quite impossible to gather representatives from every nation on Earth and in one place.
I understand, Barnes. Humour me a bit more and please answer my last question. What would this Leviathan want from us?
Indeed, we would owe this creature our world. According to this, complete the ceremony and the collective sacrifice, invoke the demon, and he will arise and swallow the earth. Yes, Holmes, they sought nothing less than the end of the world. What nonsense!
Thank you, Barnes. I must leave now. Goodbye.
Ah, yes, what nonsense indeed.
The newspaper dating before our departure. Watson, find it. There was some article about the current alignment of the stars. This may tell us precisely how much time we have left.
But Holmes, surely you can't believe...
The newspaper, Watson. Find that newspaper. Look, Watson! The
See,
light is barely lit.
Seems to me
this
like
explains
a
the
new chapter.
shipwrecks and recent disappearances.
Holmes, if we do not find a place to land, and soon, I fear they will add our names to those poor souls lost in these seas.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God! Holmes, look! The sea! It just swallowed him!
Lambs for the slaughter! Watson, we must stop this!
Oh, do I have control? Okay, I have control. Alright.
Save!
Yes, save. What do you think? I think there makes a good cut point.
Yes, then we can save the world from the Elder Gods.
In what we will assume will be the last chapter next time. Thoughts? I think that was the cleanest chapter yet. Aside from the sort of bit of silliness for the chase scene.
The chase scene seemed a bit silly, yes. I don't feel like any of the puzzles were particularly that out of the loop sort of thing.
Getting the
we
trigger
did
in the right
something-
order.
Yeah. We ended up doing some pretty out of the box things because it wasn't in order, but
otherwise pretty good.
yeah. It seems to wrap up a lot of the loose ends fairly nicely.
Cool. Any other thoughts?
My thought is about what I said at the end there with you have to have one representative for each nation of the world. Like, that's gonna change a lot of times. Oh no, now this country is 2 countries. There are now 2 nations. Oh, these things have been knocked together. Like, very unstable ritual rules. But besides that, no, not...
Well, hopefully Sherlock Holmes literally saves the planet next time. Thank you all for watching. Yeah.